Well, hello YouTube, it's Paul and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to do a review of something I just recently bought, my new laptop, and I've been using it about a month now. I just wanted to give it some time to see if there was any bugs with it before I went ahead and did a review. So I use it basically 10-12 hours a day, pretty much all week. And so far I guess I really like it. You know, this is going to be like a non-geek review. You can go online and see all the specs and all that kind of stuff. At first I'll say, you know, my wife's the one that wanted to get the bigger screen. You know, I've got a 15-inch Lenovo that I just love, and I thought, you know, that's just a perfect size. It's portable, it's not too heavy, and it's nice. Well, she wanted the bigger screen, so you know you gotta make the wife happy. I went ahead, got the bigger screen, and now I don't know how I'd live without it. I mean, when I go back to the Lenovo, just the smaller screen just seems really, really tiny. This is nice. It's not that much less portable. It's not that much heavier to me. When I'm carrying it around. It's not that big of a deal, but it is nice just to have the bigger screen. So I was wrong on that, so I do like that. Okay guys, so you know, at first you're like, okay, big deal, it's a black laptop, and you're right, it is, but I can't show you here because the camera with the lighting just reflects off like it's a mirror, but it's pretty cool. I wanted to mention it. When the light shines in the black, it's actually got like a metal flake look, and I think that's a really neat touch, you know. It reminds you of like the old time speedboats like I had that had metal flakes in the paint, and I know the camera won't resolve it, so, but I just wanted to mention it. It's really cool. When you look down in the paint, you see all the little flakes. This was called, I think they called it shiny black, but it's a really neat touch. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that this is how the screen looks, of course, and it's very clear, very bright, and we're talking about the model here. It's the Acer Aspire V3. It's the 771 model series number, whatever it is. When I go shopping for a product, I'm always looking for product reviews online. And I really go by what people say, you know. So I want to be clear that I'm not being in any way compensated by Acer, that this is just my own opinions, and that's it, you know. I'm not here to pitch on anything. This is just my non-geek review of it, and maybe it's useful, maybe it's not. I just like making the videos anyway. So anyhow, this is the screen, and yeah, it's a big screen when you're not used to the 17-inch. It's pretty nice. I don't have, you can turn it up a little. That's about half brightness. I'll say the screen is extremely bright, and I like that. Okay, so here you see the keyboard. I really like it's got the little, I think they call them chiclet keys or whatever, just like the little candies or gums or whatever you call those things. So it's real easy for me to type on. Basically it's got the Intel, it's got the i3 chip. I know some people will say they need the i5 or whatever, but for the money, you know, I want an Intel chip, but for the money, the i3 is sufficient for me for what I do. I don't do any hardcore gaming on this. I just do a lot of video editing, internet kind of stuff. But one thing that I do like is it's got the 8 gigs of RAM, which I do use because I usually have a ton of windows open. Maybe I've got word processing going on, video editor open, like Windows Movie Maker. Maybe I got Blender open, you know, a couple different apps going on. And so it can shuffle between those pretty much seamlessly. Now it does come with Windows 8. And I know a lot of people, me included, when I was shopping for this, I was looking for a Windows 7 machine, I'll be honest. Because I heard so much negativity on Windows 8. but I couldn't find a Windows 7 machine. So you're pretty much going to have to get used to Windows 8. Now, when I first got it, for the first day or two, I hated Windows 8. I mean, I despised it. Then after 3 or 4 days, I was starting to get my way around, and it was alright. And now, about a month later, I like it because it doesn't crash. I can pretty much, work my way around it now. A lot of people say, well, it doesn't have the start button or whatever. Well, this is the start button. Basically, that's the way you think of it. This, of course, your start page is your start button where it puts up, and you see I don't have a lot of apps up. But, all it is a click away to your desktop. So basically, you learn real quick in Windows 8, it's all about the corners. You can go up into your corner and get what you want to go. So, and it's going to be a little bit fancy one. I'm like, this thing's way too jerky. Well, now Ben was just reading the tag. That's one of our YouTube where it says, videos. To tension the pan, and I just want you to hear the sounds. Right. And I guess evidently I didn't know that, and somebody really who loud. It could have been, I don't know, tightened it so hard that every time you tried to turn the camera, it was like, fiddling the first time. So that's not all the way up even, and it's extremely loud, which is awesome because the older I get, the worse my hearing gets. I swear, my wife, they all think I'm deaf, and they're probably about right. Some of it's selectively tuning them out, but that's one thing. This shines over my Lenovo in the fact that I turn my Lenovo, like watching YouTube videos, I crank it, the internal speakers, I turn it all the way up, I turn the videos all the way up, and still doesn't seem like it's all right, but it needs a little bit more. This, I only need to have it up about half of what it can do, and it's plenty loud. So if you're older like me, have hearing issues or whatever, it's really a nice feature is that this one has some great sound. It's the best sounding laptop that I've had, and I just think the screen looks really good. All in all, I'm going to give it probably 4.5 stars. For the money, I just think it's a phenomenal laptop. Now, I did have one bit of problem with it, and that was with connectivity issues with my router. And the fact of that was, our house is long, and it was totally on the other side from the router, so I thought, well, that's got to be the issue. But bringing it closer, it was still dropping connection from time to time. I was getting frustrated. I thought, well, maybe the router's no good. But, the whole time my Lenovo was having no issues, and it would be as far or farther away. And this would just about every 15 minutes drop connection. Then 10 minutes it would drop connection. So I updated the firmware on the router. That didn't help it. So then I started thinking, well, it's got to be something with the Wi-Fi card here. So I went onto the Acer website and I downloaded the latest driver, and it hasn't dropped a connection. No matter how low the signal gets, I can use it anywhere throughout the house, absolutely as far away as I can be from the router, and he hasn't dropped it, and that's been days now that I downloaded the latest driver. So I'd declare that as being fixed. So that was the only issue that I've had with it so far out of the past month. Like I say, I use it probably a good 10-12 hours a day for different things, so I'm on the computer way too much. So I do use it a lot, and it's run flawlessly. I like the fact that this machine runs real cool, and by that I mean I used to have an old Gateway that it was a laptop that if you put it on your lap, you better be wearing some thick pants because it would literally burn your legs. I mean, it ran that hot. You couldn't use it on your lap. It was just too uncomfortable. This machine runs real cool. There's no issue with it getting hot on the top or on the bottom, which is really nice. I will say, if you put your hand when you're typing, you just set your hand on it, say like right here. You can feel just ever so slightly the vibration of either the hard drive or the fan, and there's no fan on right now, so I think it's probably the hard drive spinning. It's something that you probably wouldn't even notice unless you were thinking of subconsciously. You're not even going to pay it any attention. But I have to say, maybe that's just the placement of where the hard drive. Let me try on the other side. You can still feel it. I don't notice that on my Lenovo. It doesn't have that. But like say, that's such a minor thing. Then I guess is the only reason it wouldn't be a 5-star. I think I got a great value on it. Oh no, I'm real pleased. I would definitely recommend it. I just think it does a real nice job. It's got plenty of storage, 750 gigabyte hard drive, so that's sweet. Monitor, very bright. Sound, very strong. Big screen, not bulky. It's got excellent battery life so far. It's new, so I guess it's going to. But, so far it's got great battery life. It's got HDMI out, of course, which is important to me. If you're streaming like Netflix or something, you're going to want HDMI out. So if anything does change, if anything does go wrong, I will definitely update this or put a note in the description or something like that. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, I'm hoping nothing does go wrong. But so far I'm real happy with it, 30 days in. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll try my best to answer it. So far, from this layman's non-geek view, I'm very happy with the laptop. I would definitely say, check it out. And, I like to buy things like computers, cameras, and stuff like locally. I know you can probably get a little bit better price buying it on the internet, and if that's your cup of tea, go for it. Personally, I like to buy it like at a Best Buy or somewhere where, if I have a problem, I can run it right back to the store. I have to fool around with shipping it back and forth, so you can probably do a little bit better maybe than $450, I don't know. To me, it just seemed like that's a good price, so that's why I got it. Let me know what you think. If you've had bad experience with it, let me know. Just leave comments with any questions or whatever. So anyway, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. I appreciate it. I love it how you guys watch the videos. I love doing the videos. And I just wanted to share this. So take care.